Hi again, this is French key, and in the last video we saw how to crack this badge, which was pretty easy because all the keys were the same. So we did the darkside attack to find the very first key, and when we use a nested attack, all the keys were the same, so everything was easy to open it. So let's start again, but now with a different badge. So we will use this one, and I will run again HF search just to show you what we have here. So we see it's a MyFair Classic 1 kilo badge. We have the UID and a few different information, and what we want to do now is to see what is the content of this badge to allow modification, duplication, and so on. So first command will be hf darkside, and this will crack one key of this badge, so the very first key. With this key, it will be possible to crack all the other keys in this badge. So we just have to wait a few seconds. Here it says average 25 seconds, can be quicker, can be a little bit longer. The other badge we had took about 1 or 2 minutes, and here we see it's already done. So it was pretty quick for this one, and this is very good for us. So the next attack we will use is called nested attack. So hf nested, and we can use the H here to give us a help. And what we will use again is the third example here. So it will use HF MyFair nested attack MyFair 1 kilo sector 0 key A, which is a default key found by the darkside attack, so we know this is this one. We use this key that has just been found, and we will use the D parameter here. So everything that is found will be saved in a file. Otherwise, you see it on your screen, but it's not saved. So you have to do it again or copy paste. So don't forget to use the D parameter. So it says that 17 keys are the same as the one we found, but we still have a few keys to find. But you see this is very, very quick. 1 key, 2 keys, 3 keys, 4 keys have been found already. So very quickly it will crack all the keys in this badge and save them to a file that we will use to read the full content. So we just wait a few more seconds, and we see that this badge is pretty secure because all B keys are different. But you know, not secure enough. So we see that the key that was found by the darkside attack is the same for all A keys, and even one B key here, and all the other B keys are different. So we now have a file with all these keys saved. So this is this one. If I open it, I can see all the A keys and all the B keys here. So now I will use the command called hf dump, and by default it will check what is the UID of this badge, and it will look for a file of the same name to find if there are keys available for this badge. If you don't have any file with the keys already available, it will just not work. So make sure to do all the steps in the correct order. Okay, so now it has read all the blocks from all the sectors, and it saved them in a file here. So now we have this file, and in this file I have the full content of my badge. So a lot of sectors are only FFF, so it's pretty much useless, it's kind of empty. One sector is only zeros. The last sector here is actually some ASCII information, and the very first one here is some random or not random data, but this is the data that is used by the reader potentially, so you can modify it, you can copy the whole badge, you can delete and do what you want. You have access to all the memory of this badge. You can write it back, or you can also make a duplicate or even make a simulation with the Proxmark. So it's pretty much it for this badge. And now we will deal with the latest 13.56 megahertz badge we have here, this one. And this one, if you watched the previous video, you know that this badge seems to be a little bit more secure. So let's try what we can do on this one. So you see here, this one has a UID of 7 bytes, and this one had only 4 bytes UID. And this one says pseudorandom number generator is hard. So it means that most likely the basic attacks will not work. So let's try HF darkside, and here we have card is not vulnerable to darkside attack. So this is of course a problem, but what we can do is use a dictionary of keys and try default keys or known keys to crack this badge. So let's start with HF fchk, which means that it will try keys on all the sectors. So let's use the help here, and we will use this command. So the number 1 here means 1 kilo, it's a MyFair 1 kilo badge, and this is a text file with keys inside. So this is this one, and this one you see you have some keys, about 100 keys. So it will try all these keys in this badge. So we have actually 92 keys, and it will try all these keys in this badge to see if some of them are working. So it tries it a few different ways. So now we know that already 10 keys have been found. So we will see at the end of the attack what keys have been found. Okay. So we see here that we have some FFF keys, but we don't have the other keys here. So what we will do now actually is use the same command, but I have a second dictionary here that you can find on the GitHub, and we will put a link on the video description. And this one actually has a lot more keys. So it's more than 1000 lines, which we will see, but makes almost 1000 available keys. So I use the same file name, I just have a 2 at the end here. So I will run it again. And here we see we have 925 keys to try instead of 92 here. So here, of course, we have a lot more chances to crack this badge. So here we already have 10 keys, but also after a few seconds, all the other keys have been found here. So of course I made a mistake. One thing I didn't do is to put the D parameter at the end, so it will actually create a file with all these keys. So let's just do it again, and it's very quick, so it's okay. Okay, so we have the same result obviously, but now we have a file with all these keys saved. So we can have a look. This is this one. This is all the keys that have been found in this batch. And now we will do the same as previously, hf dump, and this will use the known keys to read all the data from this batch. So block after block, it reads all the sectors, and when the 16 sectors have been read, it will create a file with all the content of this batch. Okay, so here we are. This is a file, and this is this one, and that's it. So this is all good here. We see it's all empty except the very last block where we have data here that is used by the reader. So this is it for this video. Thank you for watching, and in next videos we will see how to make an actual duplicate of a badge and how to emulate a badge and how to make more complicated attacks on readers. Bye bye.